it is Tanya and welcome back to the channel. Today I am back with a build challenge. This was originally posted by Lil Simsy, followed by Urban Sims, and it was created by MsGryphi, the community manager of The Sims 4. Basically, this is the impossible tiny house challenge, which was essentially you need to make a tiny house for 3 Sims, being 2 parents, 1 child. You cannot use move objects, no debug items. You only have 32 tiles of interior space and 12,000 simoleons. So of course I was like, I got this, let's do this. And it was a little bit harder than I was expecting it to be, but I think it came out pretty good in the end. We end up having a separate bedroom for the kid. The bedroom for the parents is combined with the living space. We have a 3x1 bathroom and our normal size tiny house kitchen that I typically do. And the outside kind of looks like a just tiny version of a regular house. It's not a particular style. I feel like I usually get a little bit more detail and personality and style into a home when I don't have restrictions like this. So it came out kind of generic looking, but it was a fun challenge. And I know a lot of you guys have asked me in the past if I could do a tiny house without move objects or without debug. So this combines just a lot of challenges together. So it's very cheap, very small, and doesn't use cheats. It doesn't use cheats. So yeah, if you guys haven't tried this already, you definitely should. It was quite a challenge, and we had 32 interior tiles to work with. I think I only used 29 of them, and then if you count the deck outside and the front, which is 3 tiles, I got to the exact 32, but only 29 of them are interior space. So definitely within that restriction for sure. But in this main area, when you enter, there is the bed for the parents to sleep in, as well as a dresser for them to store their clothes, a television, and I do end up adding a mirror in there as well. The bathroom is only a toilet and a shower, as there is a sink in the kitchen, which is directly attached. So that saved a little bit of space. And because I couldn't use move objects, I wasn't going to be able to get things to fit the way I wanted in the bathroom anyway if I did a 2x2. So a 1x3 made the most sense for what I was going for. Here we are starting to fiddle with the roof. I did switch it up quite a few times, but it ends up being a very, very simple roof. But I feel like this challenge would be a really fun one to revisit. Maybe after the Tiny Living Stuff pack comes out, I could try this challenge again and see if we can get a very different outcome, both the style of the house as well as like the shape. But let me know if you guys would like to see that with me trying this challenge again. I'll definitely be building tons of tiny houses once that pack comes out, but I might have to give this another go and see if I can do a little bit better. But overall, I think I got just as much stuff as I wanted to get into this build. There are a couple of things I forgot, and at the end, I don't think on camera I fixed it. So like at the end, I placed a couple of planters out front, and then I realized I didn't have an outdoor trash can. There's no indoor one. I did that on purpose so there would be extra space because there's nowhere to put it. And I figured you could just walk outside and throw your trash in the outdoor trash bin, but I forgot to add one. So at the end, I delete one of the 2 planter boxes and throw a trash can outside. So no worries on that. There's definitely a place for your Sims to dispose of trash. And then we are changing the bed in here to be this blue swatch. I definitely went with the blue theme out in the living area, and I really like that. I believe I decided to do that because of the backsplash I ended up using in the kitchen, which is tiles from Realm of Magic. I think they're really pretty, and I was just trying to use some stuff that I don't use as often, so I can make this house a little bit different, but I feel like it's still very much exactly how all of my tiny houses look, and I almost gave it the exact same color scheme as one of the other houses I've done in the past, so I switched that up in a little bit. But I think the most frustrating thing at first was I was going to have this weird little window here, because on the other side where I put the greenery is where there is a fridge inside. So it would look really bad if I put a window there. So I decided to put it off to one side and match it up with some vines growing up the wall, which I think came out pretty cute. And then we're just adding the foundation, which I used one of the ones from Get Together, just to add a little stone accent. And here I'm thinking I'm going to separate this section and make it a different paneling, but I ended up making it the matching stone from the foundation later on. But I try a bunch of different colors, and for a while I settled on like an orangey colored one, which is an exact color I used. Like these 2 colors are pretty close to these on a house that looked kind of similar to this a while back. I did a single mom's tiny house sometime last year. And this is pretty much the exact color scheme. And I was like, no, I need to fix this. This is not okay. Like, I don't want to replicate that. So I ended up fixing it a little while later and adding that stone. But first we put down this little fence, which I think is from Strangerville. Strangerville has some really nice fences and doors and windows. And then we use the windows that are from Seasons. Yeah, they're from Seasons because they're really cheap and they're really pretty. And then I used this roof decoration, which is so expensive. This is from Strangerville. It doesn't quite match the style, but I feel like it just added a little bit of extra detail. And this is 450 simoleons. But I just really liked how it looked, and I was able to fit it into the budget. It was like, do I want this on the roof, or do I want a table for your Sims to eat at outside? And I chose the roof decoration. But if you decide you really want a place for your Sims to eat instead of just sitting on the bed inside, you can definitely just delete this roof decoration and place a picnic table outside, and you should have no issues. But for some reason, I just wanted it to look cute more than I wanted it to have that space, because your Sims can stand and eat, or they can sit on the bed, so I didn't think it was a big deal. And leaving out a dining space is something I often do in my tiny houses, so it wasn't a weird decision for me. That was pretty normal. But now we're just moving the lot further back and adding some decorations. I wanted to make sure the outside looked okay before I continued trying to decorate interior. And I ended up putting a bunch of photos above the bed here in the living room / parents' bedroom, just to have like a little collage of photos. So I added one of these from Discover University. This is from the holiday pack. It's like the Christmassy winter time stuff, but one of them just has writing on it. And I feel like that one works really well all times of year and all seasons. And then the little leaf painting that I use all the time. Oh my goodness, I use it so often. And then we're just going to be adding some blue curtains over here from Seasons. I think those are from as well. And I think that's pretty much it for that room if we didn't already add the mirror. I think that came out pretty cute. And then we're into the kids' bedroom, which is pretty pink. We have a little kitty over on the bedside table. We'll be adding some more decorations in here as well. And actually the cat kind of gets covered because I put a toy up there because I couldn't use move objects, so I could only place things where they fit on the grid. I placed off grid a little bit because I could still hold down Alt and move things slightly, but not as much as I normally would be able to. But here you can see me struggling to try and place that on an angle, and I couldn't. He had to stay where he was, blocking the cat, and it was fine. And then the giraffe is so far out from the wall, but I couldn't move him any closer, so that's where he stayed. I really feel like it's so difficult to build without move objects. I need move objects so much. I'm glad I did this. It was definitely fun, but I feel like I just need move objects to build tiny houses. It's super important, and it helps out so much to make things more functional, fit more things in, decorate better. So yeah, at least I tried it. I hope you guys did enjoy that. You can see a little bit of the struggle going on as I just keep trying to place things. But we just added a little mat to stand on in the kitchen while you do dishes. Every time the camera pauses up on top, it's me counting the squares to make sure I didn't miscount and I don't have more than 32. But I did end up, like I mentioned, with 29 interior and 3 exterior. So the whole house is 32, but the interior space is only 29. But there we did just change the front area to have that stone, and we're just adding a couple of extra details. I had one of the lights inside misplaced. It just disappeared when I added that little roof piece, and now we're just adding 2 trees. I have one on the front of the house, and then I sized it up and put that in the back, and now we're just working on terrain paint. I couldn't decide what I wanted, but I ended up getting rid of the terrain paint and using the concrete in the end, and I couldn't remember what it was called, and I couldn't find it, so I just built a foundation just to grab it off there because it's the free concrete flooring. And that way I was able to have that and not spend any extra money. But of course, I look through the tiles forever before I think, oh, let me grab the foundation and grab it off of there. So we finally did that, and we're just going to draw a simple walkway. I thought about adding another area over here to put a picnic bench on, but I didn't end up deciding I could afford one. But here are those 2 planters. I do delete one later on to go ahead and get to the trash can, which I will put behind the house. So it's not, making the front look gross. I don't know. I try and hide the trash can sometimes, but I'm still trying to add like a little bit more extra detail on the side, and it wasn't working and I didn't know why. So that stayed as is, but that's pretty much the house. I think that's all we do other than try to maybe add the picnic bench out front by deleting the roof decoration, but I decided to keep it in the end. But so we're coming to the end of the video. I hope you guys did enjoy this and you give this challenge a go if you want to. It was really fun. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and if you click that bell, it'll turn on notifications so you'll be notified of every single time I upload a new video. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.